have any pockets. Okay. That's good. I'm not used to being up front doing all this. I was hoping you would open us up and get us started. Do we have any announcements we want to talk about?
We're all meeting at 11 o'clock on Saturday to get ready for Sunday.
Okay. All right, so Saturday we're going to be at 11. I don't think it's going to take too long. Shouldn't be more than an hour or two. Maybe not even that long. We don't really have that much to set up, I don't think. So we'll meet here at 11. And if you guys want to go to lunch later, we can, unless you have other things going on. Then any other announcements we need to make, guys? So we don't know about a board meeting yet. Okay. We're waiting to hear from Bob, and hopefully he gets feeling better all the time. I haven't really talked to anybody, or Bob today. Have you guys? Anybody hear how he's doing? No? Okay. I think he's getting, a little bit better.
He's smaller, but when I talked Monday evening, he's still a little bit weak.
Okay.
They're getting stronger each day.
Good.
But he's doing what the doctor said. He was resting and
That's good. Maybe Sonny's holding him down, making him behave. Okay. All right. So, crisis care package. You guys have seen these around for a little while now. You're probably tired of seeing them. But we've only gotten 3 bags so far. I'd like to have, enough to fill that banana box up. So I'd like to have 3 or 4 more. Maybe there's, I've only.
6 will fill a banana box. Yes.
Okay. So I'd like to get at least 3 more. I'd like to take at least. Okay. Okay, and I need to fill one. So if we could have one other person do them before, maybe before Sunday or something, it would be nice. Or even next Wednesday would be okay. As long as we get them there. When do they have to be down there? By the district super or assembly? Okay. All right, and then we'll be $12 for each box. So we'll pay that out of the missions. Okay. So if you need the list, I'll post it again on the website. But I think there's more copies back there too. So. But we'd like to see them get in some hands of people that can really use them. So, tonight, I go on this website for Nazarene missions, and it tells you what to focus on that month. Of course, I have my own ideas, so I try to start with that and then kind of build on it from there. So July's focus is on international ministry, Bible schools, and seminaries. So basically, it's super important. The church, when Paul started, he would partner with sister churches to grow the church. He would start with teaming up with other people, and they would just start building. And that's how the churches across the years has done. They would just start ministering together with sister churches, because we know as a people we don't do very well by ourselves. So even in the church community, from the very beginning of time, Paul started with partnering with other people and then building into other sister churches, and they would just travel everywhere, and that was their call, was missions. And it's not just about money, but money was a very big part of it. But it's about just preaching the word, just preaching God, telling people about Jesus everywhere we go. And amazingly enough, there's a lot of people that don't know anything about Jesus. And it's hard to understand in this world that we have all kinds of internet and access to it, but they don't know anything. There's so many people that don't know anything about Jesus. And it blows my mind. Things that are so common for us, people don't have a clue. They really don't. So we really are more, what would you call it? We know less about Jesus than we did even 50 years ago. And that's that's pretty sad. So it's really important for us to partner with each other and with others, like-minded people in Christ, wherever we're at, and the sister churches as a whole, to partner with each other every chance that we get, every thing that God puts in our minds as a church to do to build the kingdom. So Romans 9:13 says, Paul wanted his brethren in Israel to know Christ. In Scripture, God often cultivates ministry partnerships through the seed of prayer. So I don't believe that we could do anything without praying. So if we weren't praying to God, we wouldn't succeed. He wants everything to be focused around prayer. And it's so hard for us to find time in our busy lives to pray enough. Because we just don't have, Satan always puts something in our path that takes us away from that time of prayer. So you have to really have a committed focus. And it's hard for us, for any of you guys to spend time in prayer. That's why it's really important to stay in tune with God so that he reminds us that we need to pray, and to try to set aside a certain time for him. Because if we're not intentional, then it doesn't happen. And the church as a whole, the church as a global ministry has to be intentional. The things that go on across the nations in our local churches are intentional. So we have to be intentional Christians. That's my favorite word tonight, is intentional. I don't believe that we unintentionally pray. It has to be something that we set aside time for the Lord. Okay, so our focus is on international ministry, Bible schools and seminaries. So I want to read just a couple little things to you. So a snapshot of this recent year, money from the Nazarene Faith Promise, the World Evangelism Fund contributions, special giving, Easter, Thanksgiving, all the different offerings. This is what they go to support, which I thought was pretty awesome. 165 world areas, countries with active Nazarene ministries. The number of Nazarene missionaries, 600, includes mission, corp, volunteers, and tent makers. And it's hard to understand unless we're there. Sometimes it comes alive to us more when we're actually boots on the ground, when we're actually there. 274 Nazarene missionaries' children, 303 districts worldwide, and this is of the Nazarene denomination. Can you imagine all the other churches too? This is just the Nazarene denomination. 97 languages in which literature is being published. And this is what our dollars is doing. It's not just for buildings. It's literature for these kids to learn. And it's literature for their churches, too. 30 languages in which radio broadcasts are being produced. 77 countries reached by radio broadcast. Cost of 1 minute of airtime is $4. So those are just a few statistics, and I hope I don't bore you, but to me it's kind of interesting because that's a lot of people and that's a lot of stuff going on around the world. And I guess I get excited because I've been to some other countries, and now we have family in other countries. Yeah, I know you don't want to hear about that. But I'm excited. I have a grandbaby on the way, so that's pretty exciting. But anyway, 50,000 students in Nazarene colleges and seminaries. I believe that their parents were intentional when they talked to their kids over their years about Jesus, and they decided they wanted to go to the Nazarene colleges and seminaries. I believe those parents of those kids were intentional. And I'm pretty sure that you have a child that is intentionally serving Christ in a pretty awesome way, Mary Lou. And he's been amazing. So I think a lot of us can be proud of our kids when they do something for Jesus. 1,119 work and witness teams in the recent year. 41,000, get this one, 41,000 crisis care kits distributed in the recent year. That's a lot of crisis care kits. It's a lot of people. 6,000 school POW packs sent. $74 cost per minute to operate Nazarene World Missions Outreach. So those are just a lot of numbers and everything. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of pennies, it's a lot of quarters, and I think it's awesome. Our little $4 and $5 alabaster doesn't do much by itself, but when we put it with a lot of other $4 and $5 alabasters, or $30, or how much ever it is, some people will drop, cash in there. When they all come together, that's a lot. They build buildings and they have literature for these kids. Some of them don't know how to read, and some of them don't have their lunch. So would they provide lunches for them? So it's pretty awesome. Okay. I had a little bit of trivia for you guys. Let me see if I did everything I wanted to. Oh, this was interesting to me. I hope I don't bore you guys, I really hope I don't. The Church of the Nazarene started from a 19th century Wesleyan holiness movement within Methodism. It is headquartered in Lenexa, I think I said that right, Lenexa, Kansas, founded by Phineas F. Brzee, Hiram Reynolds, William Hoople, that's a heck of a name, This is Hoople. Anyway, and Mary Lee Cagle in 1894. She was called the Mother of Holiness in West Texas. She was married to Reverend Robert Lee Harris, a revivalist. They together started a 14-member church in Millen, Tennessee, called the New Testament Church of Christ. When Reverend Lee died from tuberculosis, his wife carried on their ministry along with a few other women. Together, though, before it was all said and done, they organized over 28 churches, just that couple. So can you imagine what we could do as couples or as single people? What we could do if we really wanted, if we really had a vision? Like, what's his name that said he sent that one guy, Penny and the Seidels, how they sent that one man out and he started 9 churches. That was one person. So I would love to see that revival happen here in Parkersburg. You know, maybe revive some of our areas. That would be awesome. Okay, in November 1904, they met in Rising Star, Texas, to agree to a church union. Over the following year, a joint committee adopted the merger, and they became the Holiness Church of Christ. They merged with others to become the Church of the Nazarene. So I love to know where our roots come from and where we started from. It's just, you know, the Church of the Nazarene is an awesome denomination, and I love being a part of it. There's other good denominations, but I think the Nazarenes are one of the top. I really have.
For more than 60 years, Nazarenes around the world have been sacrificing financially to construct hospitals, schools, churches, and homes for missionaries through what is known as alabaster offering. But gifts to the alabaster offering provide much more than buildings. When you give to the alabaster offering, you are teaching children to read and write. You are meeting healthcare needs where common illnesses claim lives. You are uniting with believers of different cultures as the global church. You are housing missionaries so they can share the good news of Jesus. Your gift to the alabaster offering is a gift of hope to thousands in every corner of the world because you choose to pour out the love God has lavished on you.